Everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and I'm here with my brother as we storm through this modern challenge with Merfolk. Do you know what? I am leading the charge with Merfolk. If you love being led to victory with this deck, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Before we get into our match, we're going to thank our sponsor, the Pt.4. And you want to see the final form of Delver grow, just like the final form of Delver, go check out Ben's article, The Rants of Valakut, only on the Pt.4. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And don't forget, this week's giveaway is Curse Catcher serving a Lantern. If you hate Lantern Control, you're going to want to eat it for lunch. In order to win this, go check out the description below. So, we're on the draw. Our opponent mulliganed, which is a good thing. Yeah, that sounds good. We have double Ether Vial. It's better on the play than on the draw, but
again.
Like, even if they are a black-green X deck, this hand's fine. If we draw one blue source, I mean, the Mutavault's not going to play very well with our blue sources. Cavern of Souls.
Humans.
Okay, so they mulligan twice. The hand's pretty decent if they don't have an explosive start. I mean, the hand plays very well against a better take these stops off from the prior match. If they have Reflector Mages for days, well, we got Ether Vials for days. Meddling Mage is pretty bad in the face of Ether Vial. But what if they name another Ether Vial? That'd be hilarious. They name Spreading Seas. Excellent choice. Ooh. If I knew what was in their hand, I could hit Meddling... I could,
Copy Meddling
yeah,
Mage.
copy Meddling Mage. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play the other Ether Vial. We're going to play a Mist Caller, because we have another one in our hand. And we're going to pass.
Well, you typically know what humans plays.
Yeah, humans. Plenty of humans. Mayor of Aberba. Ooh, the Lord. That's interesting.
And a mayor.
And what's really hilarious is I can't cast things very well. And a Mayor. All these things are unusual. End step. So we might just roll our opponent. Maybe this is our tournament. Our opponents are not doing anything. It's the best way to win at Magic.
Just have the nuts.
I have to click both of them? That's awful.
Changes every week.
What are they doing with these Ether Vials? So... sort of just thinking we just attack with the Mutavault and all these other things. Just hit our opponent for a ton of damage. And if this turns into a... like, what do I care if this flips? At the beginning of your end step, create a 2/2 green wolf token. Could be annoying. I don't really want to play Phantasmal Image, because I can play Lord, Phantasmal Image, but... it's vulnerable to Reflector Mage. I sort of want to play it last, if I can. Yeah, let's just apply pressure. We could theoretically kill our opponent. If they Reflector Mage the Lord of Atlantis, that's not a big deal. We can still put it back into play with Ether Vial. Howlpack Alpha! You were once a Mayor, now you're some... Saber Wolf. Well, that's bad synergy. Whoa, bad synergy with your Howlpack Alpha. That's hilarious. Ooh, attacking with your Howlpack Alpha? Don't you think that's a little risky? Do whatever you want, I don't care.
Pretty tough token.
And I'll just tech both these things up. So we can get Mirror Readery in play. Can I do any shenanigans with this Mist Caller? Because we can get a tap trigger. Because I can untap the Ether Vial, but then you can't. I can't attack with Mutavault. Oh, but what I can do is play Mirror Readery, Play Phantasmal Image, copy the Mirror Reader, then play Mistcaller, untap 2 things. Oh, that is delightful. That is going to be the play, that's for sure. And that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to start bringing in Mistcaller, a 1-drop, so that we could utilize Mirror Reader. Yeah, cheap triggers. Our opponent... Oh no, it's not resigning. Felt like maybe there was some resignation in the books. Okay. Okay. When the game starts to like lag a little bit, I start to think, oh, my opponent is resigning. I think there's not much I want to do. I just want to bring in Gutshot, take out Peak. The deck is more or less built for the humans matchup. You need to be on the board early. That's why I like Mistcaller. Like, just the 1/1 by itself is useful. Like you saw in that game, I mean, I understand they mulligan to 5. Their hand was really awkward. It was just, yeah, it was just awful. But, like, they can still, like, pull it through in any way with, like, Reflector Mage hands and tempo you out. Our hand was loaded. We had a loaded hand. And the hand was fast. It was Mistcaller. Or I would say it had acceleration. It wasn't too fast. We weren't guns blazing. We had to take a few turns to play Ether Vials. I guess this is it. Yeah, we submit this. I would bring Venser in if I had, like, I don't know, Spell Pierces in the deck I had to get rid of. This hand, not that great, but I'm going to keep it. We have Spreading Seas, so we could potentially draw into something, but the most important thing is that we have Ether Vial and we have Gutshot to slow down a really fast start from our human's opponent. They have their own Ether Vial. That's not good. Now we're flooding. And now if the Meddling Mage names
Spreading Seas,
this is going to be catastrophic. But it might be a card that they side out. Humans is strong versus Merfolk, but there's a lot of ooh, Kitesail Freebooter, so you'll get 1 Spreading Seas.
bye.
Yeah, bye. Well, this is not good.
It'll be better.
Oh, will it? So this is on human, this is on human. So the thing is, well, I guess they can Violent Phantasmal Image if they really wanted to. Yeah, I'll play the Spreading Seas. Okay, we're just gonna lose this game.
You don't know that.
Well, I peeled 3 lands. What are some things that I want to see? I'm not sure. Well, maybe their hand is out of gas too. We'll see what they do with their Ether Vial this turn. Okay, they don't know about Oboro, so I'm going to keep that in my hand. Okay.
Copy that freebooter.
I might save it to copy a Mantis Rider or something like that. They know I have Merfolk Trickster, so the fact that I'm leaving up all this mana does not mean my hand is weak. But as we all know, looking at my hand is weak. They kept the Vial on too, which is interesting. Make that pizza. I guess we're just going to let the freebooter freeboot. Another thing, I have Phantasmal Image, so at the right moment I could, like, I don't know, well, it's not worth very much to copy the freebooter and see what they have in their hand. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to hold up Merfolk Trickster at a turn where we really need to hold it up. Like another option is to Merfolk Trickster, Kitesail Freebooter, and try to gang block it. The thing is, like, Merfolk Trickster doesn't remove the plus from it. The +1/+1 Exalted trigger from Noble Hierarch is my dilemma. Alright, hit me for 2. If they Reflector Mage, we're definitely going to hit this. Oh, Guessing Malcontents. Deals damage to target player equal to the number of humans you control. Yeah, you got 3 humans. So if you have Phantasmal Image to copy this a few times, that could be a problem. So it looks like now I have to kill this freebooter. Well, that will help. But they're at a really fresh amount of life. So now we can finally block this stupid freebooter. Finally.
Don't take it out. Okay.
Well, they can still hard cast a Reflector Mage, which is whatever. Real question is, what is in their hand? They're not casting anything. I guess Dismember, maybe?
It's not a Bupkis.
Maybe, yeah, maybe a bunch of Dismembers. So we'll make them lose flying. We'll try to block with the Merfolk Trickster. If they kill the Master of the Pearl Trident, we can, in response, copy it with Phantasmal Image.
And Dismember's going to cost them life, won't it?
Yeah, but I would rather they didn't have it. So loses flying. Get the Spreading Seas back. What is this? Thou's Lieutenant? Phantasmal Image. Copy Merfolk Trickster. To target the to copy the Master of the Pearl Trident. That's cute. But... So, okay, what is this targeting? This, so that it loses the +1/+1. That is... I have response. I'm gonna copy with my my own Phantasmal Image. All right, so we win the war, and that would be really dangerous, as if they hardcast Phantasmal Image, copy Merfolk Trickster to blow up my Lord of Atlantis, sorry, my Master of the Pearl Trident. They kept a lot of cards in their hand. Oh, this Reflector Mage is going to be a blowout, because it's gonna target my Phantasmal Image. Okay, so we do lose a giant chunk of the board. Well, this is a very interesting turn of events, and we can cast both of these things too. So we can play the Spreading Seas on unclaimed territory, because nothing can fly. The Master has arrived at just the right time, too.
Plenty of devotion on board.
Plenty of devotion on the board. All right. Pass the turn. And
he's empty-handed.
And they're empty-handed. So maybe you can start drawing some bricks, please. Do nothing.
Bold.
A Lord here would be perfect. No, Lord, not too bad. Unfortunately, I'm not attacking for any clear victory. Most of their blocks are bad, though. Do I have enough stuff to block on defense? Maybe. Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm going to attack with all the tokens and just try to put a hurt on our opponent.
Put a big hurt.
Because it will be about 11 damage if they don't block. I don't want them to find, like... They've got a lot of dangerous cards that they can draw. Is the problem. They have a lot of dangerous cards that they can draw. Maybe I should have played Miscolor first, just in case they file this in, copy... I don't know. Reflector Mage, bounce my Master of Waves. So we are in a state of urgency. Is just what I'm saying.
Are you gonna tap anything down with?
Absolutely. Well, maybe not now. I'll probably try to blow up this Merfolk Trickster. And we can do some chump blocks. Because here's now the situation. Now they can't go all out. If they go all out, they're at risk of dying. Because the Master will finish them off. Master of Waves, that's something the spirits and humans can't do. They had this. They amassed this enormous board. They wiped our board away, but Master arrived with all his wavies. Suddenly the pressure is back on the opponent.
Chooses not to use it.
Chooses not to put it on 3. Somehow I feel like that's just the most dangerous point for this card. How is Mantis Rider a human? It should be mostly insect. Okay. Okay. That's a problem. That is a problem. Okay, that's going to trigger. So Master of Waves could get bounced. That might have meant we should have ticked this thing up. Oh, brings Miscolor back down. What the hell is up with that?
Misclick, maybe.
Maybe. So what does that mean? Am I facing a Thalia's Lieutenant? Okay, let's see what our opponent does. If they attack with the Noble Hierarch, then that means Thalia's Lieutenant. They do not. So I can play Merfolk Trickster. Blow this thing up. I can block. Oh, our opponent said good games. Well, that sounds like they can't kill me here. Well, good games. ... Thalia's Lieutenant will boost this up. Okay, so Thalia's Lieutenant actually can kill me, because it would get 2 triggers from Champion of the Parish. So I actually have to block the Kessick Malcontents. And then I go... Thalia's Lieutenant would not win outright. Or I could just block. Okay, hold on. If my opponent plays a creature, they have 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3. I'm only attacking for 4. How to do this? It's so appealing to just Merfolk Trickster, block the Reflector Mage, but if there's a Thalia's Lieutenant, it's 9 damage. Take 5. What if it's just a random creature? Can I win? 1, 2, 3. I'm attacking for just 7. doesn't really put me in a position to actually win the game. Could you have Thales Lieutenant in hand? It's possible. Anything's possible. The problem is, okay, let's say they have Thales Lieutenant. I guess I lose, you know? If I make the block on Keswick Malcontents, they have enough. I will take 8 damage, go to 1. And then I don't have enough attackers to win. They can just make the necessary chump blocks. And I'm going to have to top deck something good.
How much damage is he swinging?
8 right now. Thales Lieutenant will put a counter on all of them.
None of them have trample?
Nothing has trample. Problem is if I play here on the Champion of the Parish, any human lets it live. That's awful. Any human.
He's got 1 card in hand.
And if that is any human, because if I go after this,
He must be wondering what the heck is he going.
because if I block here and they don't have Thales Lieutenant, then we win next turn. Because I have 2 Island Walkers that will deal 6 damage and the last 2 points of damage. They can block 3 things, but 4 points of damage will get through. And I don't have to be worried about a Reflector Mage or anything like that, because they would have just played that card already. So, okay, what if I block here, and you play Thales Lieutenant? Then I go to 1. You have 3 blockers. I'm going to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. Only 7 damage. And I can't get this Mistcaller in play. Okay, so I'm just going to play around 1 creature. Yeah, so I'm playing around a random creature that they're going to have. Okay, so they didn't have anything evil. Excellent. I did what was necessary. I did the math. Actually, cancel that. If Ancient Ziggurat can't cast Dismember right now, but if I were to Spreading Seas it, it would. Come on, just taking all this. I should be winning here anyway. Unless they Phantasmal Image copy my Master of Waves. So I should just attack with everything, I think.
If you got it, you got it.
Really good line is Ether Vial, copy Merfolk Trickster, disable Master of Waves. No, nothing. Alright, good games. I was sweating. Oh no, they could cast Dismember anyway off of Noble Hierarch. It was a Ziggurat. I really meant the good game. Didn't realize it could look like a buff. It's possible. Anything's possible. I see now. It was genuine. Yeah. All right. So we won. We beat humans just as I planned. And once again, although I didn't really expect to win this game. I think I don't know how our opponent drew their hand up. I mean, I understand that maybe they can't play Reflector Mage. They have to hold on to that, and probably that was in the earlier portion of their hand.
Tell him you too.
Yeah, you too. Good luck. So here's the thing. There was a turn where he plays Keswick Malcontent, our opponent plays Keswick Malcontents, plays Champion of the Parish. They just empty their hand all in one turn. Like, come on, when I'm doing nothing, you should probably play your Keswick Malcontents, even for like very little value. You should probably play your Champion of the Parish. There were some cards in their hand that just had to hit the battlefield maybe a turn earlier. There's no way you should be saving all of those up. The Reflector Mage I understand, and I can also understand the Phantasmal Image. So if I were to take a really good bet, they had Reflector Mage and Phantasmal Image really early in their hand. But did we see the use out of Gut Shot? We did! We slowed them down. So like we had to... Gut Shot saved us a lot of life. So Gut Shot slows the humans player down so that you can catch up. And it saved us a bunch of turns. I mean, imagine... If that thing was on the battlefield, I'm sure they would have played like Reflector Mage or even Phantasmal Image copy the Champion of the Parish and have two of them out. So the fact that we could Gut Shot that thing made a big difference. So Gut Shot slows the humans player down so that we can catch up. Gut Shot slows humans down. So Merfolk catches up. I think there was an excellent display of that in this game because we had to buy ourselves a million turns from that Kite Sail Freebooter beatdown, and yeah, it was enough turn. It was the turns that were necessary in order to catch up to draw into that Master of Waves. And this is like another showing for Master of Waves. Like holy cow! Like we should have been dead this game. We just drew into like 3 islands when we already had a pretty land heavy hand. But you know, spreading seas into Master of Waves, it did the job. It stabilized the board. It put us in a situation where we could win. Yeah, Master of Waves, excellent stuff. Hey, what happened? No, but no, the real problem was our opponent didn't Reflector Mage the Master of Waves.
Oh yeah.
That was like a huge blunder. What was up with that? Like I can't recast that. So probably we should lose this game. If we look at it critically, our opponent just massively... Maybe they were trying to play around Phantasmal Image in response. Phantasmal Image, copy Master of Waves. But you're not beating that anyway. Yeah, you can't beat that. That's impossible. I totally forgot about that. Whoops. What can I tell you? The pros are in the Pro Tour right now. But, well, aside from that, it was a tough match. So it would have been, I think, yeah, probably we go to game 3 if this thing gets bounced. Or do we? It's close, because I still have that Merfolk. What do we draw next turn? We'll never know. Because we would still have the Mist Caller in play, and we would still play Merfolk Trickster and tap something down. Or sorry, blow up the thing, eat a Reflector Mage. We would just not have lethal immediately next turn. Well, it's possible we would have lethal if we draw Lord. So there was still some chance to win there. I guess their plan was to try to win on the spot that turn. They didn't know we had Merfolk Trickster. Was that it? They had 8 power in play. I had only 1 blocker. Yeah, I think that was... Okay, so it's hard to judge that it was a blunder. They were going for a victory right then and there that turn. And they thought, you know what, let's not let this game go on for too long. I can still lose to an Island Walker off the top. So let's just bounce the Mist Caller. But then it should have been bounce the Master of the Pearl Trident if you're going to bounce anything at all. Oh no, but you can't do that because of the Ether Vial. Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky! You know, Magic's tricky. And, you know, even though that we instantly assumed that our opponent made a huge mistake, there actually is a lot of reasoning behind it. It's not actually a mistake. They were trying to put themselves in a position to win. Just like here. Where is it? In a bad spot, play to win, not to lose. So they said, you know what? If my opponent doesn't have a 2-drop, and they didn't play anything for a very long time, so their hand might be really poor. If we bounce this Mist Caller, we have enough for lethal. But yeah, Mist Caller was able to blow something up, block something else, and that was that. So anyway, if you want to be eligible for the Curse Catcher, serving a Lantern from Lantern Control, go check out the description below for details on how you are eligible to win this. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanatbase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu and his brother playing Merfolk in Modern.